What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hawk coming at you with another video. I got some NBA 2K18 team program going on in the background, but that's not really the focus of this video. I wanted to quickly talk about a lot of the NBA free agency stuff that's been happening, and it's happening really quick. So I wanted to get this video out to you guys and kind of get my predictions out there before I turn around and I get a tweet and see tweets on Twitter that my predictions are old. So let me hurry up and get to this video. The biggest thing I want to talk about is the Spurs, the Lakers, LeBron James, Kawhi, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. The Spurs have basically went out and said originally they weren't going to try to make deals with Western Conference teams. They were only looking towards the Eastern Conference teams. Initially, when they said that, I was thinking, okay, so Kawhi is a shoe-in to go to the Celtics. They had the most pieces. They could offer them the most. Spurs really liked what they could offer them, and it just seemed like it was a no-brainer they were going to the Celtics. Yesterday, the Spurs then decided to say, never mind. We'll make deals with both Western and Eastern Conference teams. So now the Lakers are back in the mix because Kawhi has already made it known that he wants to play for LA. So this makes the Lakers situation really interesting because LeBron doesn't really want to be the first, the first superstar to make the move to the Lakers. I think he wants to have an understanding that there's already going to be some pieces there and that he'll already have a chance by the time he signs his name on the dotted line. So the Lakers are now in scramble mode to try to get Kawhi traded to the Lakers. The Lakers offered is Brandon Ingram and the 2021 first round draft pick. Personally, I don't think that's enough for him. To me, when he's healthy, he's top 5 player in the league, top 3 two-way wings in the league. You know, he's an all-star, once in a generation type player. And Brandon Ingram in a pick, to me, just isn't enough. I personally thought they'd have to put maybe at least 2 of these 4 players together in a package. Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram, or Julius Randle. I thought at least 2 of those 4 and probably a pick still would be needed to move Kawhi. I think the Lakers are going to lowball because Kawhi has already made it known he wants to go to the Lakers. So any other team in the league is going to be hesitant on trading a lot for him because he'll be seen as a one-year rental. So the Lakers can try to lowball and say, this is probably the best you're going to get. Take it or leave it. Or Kawhi can just walk in a year. Now the Lakers can say that, but ultimately they do want Kawhi so they can sign LeBron. So it's kind of like everybody's kind of playing chicken with each other. Everybody just driving 80 miles per hour head on and just waiting for the other person to move out of the way. Now, I say the Lakers initially should have, I thought they were going to give up those 4 players that I mentioned. But it's interesting that it doesn't look like they're going to because they just signed Randall to an extension. And the extension they signed him for, I don't think they're going to sign him and then trade him to do a salary dump. I don't think that didn't make sense to me. So I think they're really just trying to give up Ingram and get Kawhi back in return. Now I say all this, but don't get it twisted that I think the Lakers are his only option. I think the Celtics still have a big part to play. The Celtics have a war chest worth of assets they can throw out, from picks to young players to really, honestly, Kyrie's the potential. They have a lot of pieces. Now, are they willing to give up all these pieces for what could be a one-year rental? I don't really know. The Celtics would have to really feel confident that they at least have a good chance to convince Kawhi to stay in Boston. If they don't feel like they can have that, if they have that chance, I don't think they really make a move for him. I think the Celtics can maybe go pick up some other pieces this year to help them, make it to the finals this year. And especially if LeBron leaves the East, they're going to make it to the finals. They just might want to get a little bit better so they can try to win once they get to the finals. Another big piece to this LeBron, Kawhi, Paul George aspect is Paul George. Now, Paul George has said he's made it public that he intends to opt out of his contract. I don't think he's actually, signed the papers to opt out, but he's made it known that he will opt out, and he's going to be a free agent this year. Now, basically what this means for the Lakers is they can kind of just try to sign him outright. They can just, offer him a contract. Here's what we're offering you. Sign on the dotted line. Welcome to the LA Lakers. As much as I love Paul George, he's one of my favorite players. If he signs before Kawhi gets traded, I don't think him signing there is enough to also bring in LeBron. As much as I love him, but Paul George isn't Kawhi. He's an elite two-way. Paul George is an elite two-way defender. Two-way player. He can defend. He can score. He didn't do that as well the last couple months of this past season, but you know, we've seen his resume when he was in Indiana. He can do it. He just hitting 30. I think he's either 28, 29. So he's kind of in the midst of his prime, but he's just not Kawhi. And I don't know if LeBron will leave and sign to the Lakers if they only have Paul George. Once Kawhi gets traded, you're really going to see Paul George and LeBron pretty much sign same day, if not day later. Like, it's all going to happen very quickly. Now, my biggest thing after that is, if they can make this trade, they're going to have to unload a little bit of salary. I don't know all the numbers, but they're going to have to get rid of some people to sign Paul George and LeBron James outright if they both want near maxes. If they both want a lot of money, they're going to have to do some salary dumping. My question is, who do you fill out with the rest of that roster? Now, if they manage to keep the Kuzma, the Lonzo, the Randall, probably not the Ingram, but if they manage to keep those, those three young guys, they still need a bench. And I think the Lakers organization at that point with those three, they can just hire some semi-older shooters who can still kind of play a little defense, and I think they'll be fine. Personally, I hope the three of them end up together. I think it'll be exciting for the NBA. People can complain that superstars are playing together or whatever. That's just the way the league is now, and I think it'll be exciting. We'll see all of them three players on three brand new teams. It'll make the Lakers relevant again. I think it'll be good for the league, and it'll be definitely exciting basketball to watch. On a side note, something that's caught my eye, not as big as, a potential big three in LA, but something that I thought was interesting. So the Wizards traded Gortat for Austin Rivers. That was interesting because Gortat was one of the guys who was talking a lot of smack, saying he didn't like John Wall, saying he was enjoying the ball movement. John Wall was out this past season with his injury. But the fact that they traded him for Austin Rivers is interesting to me on the Wizards side, because it may not happen. One of my boys put me on saying that my theory may not happen, but I still think that either Paul George or Bradley Beal will end up being traded, and Austin Rivers is not as good as them by any means, but is a decent combo guard to kind of fill in that gap. And if they trade John Wall or Bradley Beal, I'd trade John Wall because you can get more for him, but that's just me. They need a big man to replace Gortat. They could go in after and try to dump John Wall's salary and try to get DeAndre Jordan from the Clippers, because the Clippers basically picked up Gortat because they think he's going to walk anyway. So I think that's just a little interesting wrinkle of a trade situation happening over there. It's not as big, clearly, as the LA Big Three. But that's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to quickly get this out to you while I, was seeing the tweets come through today, and I wanted to make this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'm out. Peace!